but I recently watched a RF video shoot interview with Taz where he said there was an incident where you, I guess, sniffed him with a chair and he double-legged you, and he said you crossed the line, so he had to cross it with you. I just wanted to know if that was related to the same pick a hand thing or if that was
Oh
something
yeah.
different.
Oh yeah. No, that was what you just said was pretty much one little moment taken out of the context of the whole buildup. You know, to be completely transparent, I'm pretty sure when I first got to ECW in January of '96 that Taz had a little jealousy. You know, he didn't like me being there. First off, nobody was going to be as close to Sabu as me. You know, we're brothers. And Sabu had been there for a while. And Sabu and Taz hadn't wrestled, but it had been something they'd been building up and building up. It was the biggest angle that ECW had at the time that they were building. And Taz wanted to be the first guy to beat Sabu. And then all of a sudden I come in all cocky and, you know, shit like the whole effing show. And then Sabu and I are wrestling and having matches that were setting new standards, you know, and I think I beat him right off the bat. And I feel very sure that all of that led into some emotions that led into some actions. And while I was there, he was kind of getting elbowed aside the whole time. And he really took his job seriously back then. I think any of the boys from the ECW locker room will concur that he was really into his gimmick. And I think he believed in it so much that I thought something needs to be done about that, because there was like a year or so of Sabu telling me that Taz was telling him stuff about me, stuff that could make me mad. But now we're in the car after the match is on the way to the hotel or something. And I won't see Taz till next week. And Sabu's saying, "Man, will you just kick Taz's ass already? But what are you talking about?" And he says, he's telling me again today, "Man, I'm going to whoop your boy. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to whoop your boy." I'm like, he said that? Why didn't you tell me at the building? And there was like a year of that, you know, and then it almost happened and then it didn't happen. And so, yeah, it was a real big buildup of that. Maybe Sabu was stretching the truth. The final straw was in New Orleans. In New Orleans, we had a 6-man, me and Sabu, Taz, Bam Bam Bigelow, I think Candido or Shane. Anyway, we're all in the match and everyone was screaming afterwards and stuff. And after Taz was gone from the building, Paul told me, was it Paul? I guess it was Paul, and Dreamer backed him up. And then even Lance said that some version of the story that when Taz came through the curtain, that he threw a cinder block into the wall or something. And so, "I'm going to kill Van Dam." And so, you know, that was after he busted me open just a few moments earlier. You know, he was mad when I busted him open, which is the story you're talking about. I think that was Philly, but yeah, I hit him in the face with a chair, and he's right. I didn't take care of him. It was totally stiff, right on the mouth. I don't know about the leg dive. You know, I just know, you know, after the match we had words. And Candido and Perry Saturn were pumping him up. So he'd go off with those guys. He'd come back. So, "Bro, I don't know what to think now. Like, I no one's ever taken it to me like that before. Like, you really, like, you busted me in the lip. You hurt my shoulder. You crushed my larynx. You know, you broke my nose. But that was my fault, man. I was just watching you, that Van Daminator. It was just so pretty in the air. I was like memorized. But anyway, I'm starting to swell now. I don't know what to think." And he had left and come back a little hotter 2 or 3 times. And I said, "You're right. You owe me." I said, "Go ahead. I'll take it right now." And he's, you know, "What are you talking about?" That's the way Sabu taught me. And so I've done that several times. I don't think anyone took me up on it, but that used to be the way to handle that. the way that I was taught, and I'd only been working 5-6 years at this point, so I was still very much under Sabu's umbrella. But I said, yeah, you owe me right now. I said, go ahead, I'll take it, whatever you got coming. And then he said, oh, bro, it's not going to be like that. And I said, well, what do you mean then? You're going to take advantage of me in the ring? Which, maybe I had just done. But anyway, that was a walk apart. And then after the cinder block incident in New Orleans, I was just I want to put us in a position where we're fighting, we can't back out of it. We don't need no more talking, no pushing, no insulting, nothing. So I just went up to him, hey, hey, Peter, because I wanted to disrespect him, pick a hand, and went smack, and smacked him across the face. Because I had done that to the music guy recently, a few weeks before, because the music guy, Randy, was doing something weird. The wives would sit behind the music guy at the ECW shows, and he was working on trying to hook my wife up with his. It was weird. She would tell me, like, he said he's going to show me naked pictures next week. I'm like, are you serious? And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to say, Randy, pick a hand and smack him really hard. And I did, because I didn't want to injure him. I didn't want to send him to the hospital. I felt like a really hard smack was the perfect currency, for what he deserved. And in any way, I thought that treating Taz at that point, like the music guy, was the move to do, because of our issues and because I felt like he had himself on a pedestal where he didn't think he was vulnerable, and I wanted to prove to him that was wrong, And so basically, that's it. I've heard other people tell the story. When Sabu tells the story, and Paul, actually, I just talked to Paul about this when I was at SmackDown. Somehow it came up in the dressing room, because he said Roman loves the story.